Hello everybody! Welcome back to another Payday 3 video. Today it's time to talk about the netcode and online infrastructure for the game. Now, this first section is going to be a bit more of a technical under the hood video than we usually do, so please bear with me. First things first is that Payday 3 uses dedicated servers and not peer-to-peer matchmaking. What does that mean? Well, I made these handy diagrams to explain. Let's take a look. Let's begin by explaining peer-to-peer networking. This is what Payday the Heist and Payday 2 use. With peer-to-peer games, the first player to start a lobby and invite their friends is the host player. They control the lobby and who can play in it, because the game is managed on their PC and hosted on their internet. If you find yourself lagging a lot, this is because either the host has poor internet or you have poor connection to them for one reason or another. Payday 3, however, runs on dedicated servers. This means players all join a party together and then queue into a match where the game is hosted on an external server and not by any player's network. This server is controlled by the developers, in this case Starbreeze, and it's managed by them. So what are the pros and cons of moving the series to dedicated servers? Well, let's start with host migration. With lobbies running on the server, 3 additional players are now safe if the player that started the lobby crashes. We finally have host migration, by virtue of there being no official host. Throw that in the positive column. Another positive is that people won't need to keep spamming host your own game on the forums. You're less likely to get kicked by a renegade host at the escape, because kicking is a vote now. However, that's also the first negative. As kicking is a vote, it could be harder to get rid of some legitimate bad actors who really do deserve to be kicked. Another negative point for heist restarts. Those are also a vote now. If you're in a pub lobby and it goes loud, it'll be a pretty popular strategy in Payday 3 to just play through, based on how this game is designed. However, if somebody, including the person who started the lobby, wants to run it back and just play stealth, they need to claim a majority for the vote to go through. Now let's go for a big positive. The server system brings with it both crossplay and cross-progression. This is a huge win. Crossplay is rapidly becoming industry standard, so people can play with people on other systems, and I think within a few years, cross-progression will be as well. Speaking anecdotally, I know quite a few people with Steam Decks who buy a game on both PlayStation and then also on Steam and love making use of the cross-progression. Now on to my last point and the biggest issue with the dedicated servers. Almir has confirmed on multiple streams now that you are required to always be online for Payday 3. If you don't have an internet connection, you can't play. Even though there's a single player option, you still need to be online to play that. I'm really not a fan of that. I'm of the opinion that if you have a game that can be played alone without others, you shouldn't need to be online to then play that mode. I live in New England. It rains here most of the summer, and snows heavily during the winter. Our internet is spotty, and it often goes down. That's time I won't be able to play Payday 3. Just like Tuesdays might be. What happens when Steam goes offline for maintenance every Tuesday? Overkill's The Walking Dead, which did use a similar dedicated server model, went down every single time Steam did. This also means the game has a finite lifespan. Eventually there will be a day when the servers aren't up anymore, and then this game just can't be played single player, and it's lost media. With Starbreeze seemingly running into major financial difficulty every 2, 3, 5 years, the possibility lives in the back of my head no matter how well they've currently bounced back. Almir mentioned that the always online requirement is a necessity, because of the crossplay and cross-progression. Yet there are several games that allow you to simply opt out of those features. I know I'm not going to be taking advantage of those, yet Payday 3 loses the ability to play the way I primarily play Payday 2 in favor of the players that will be using crossplay. And that's kind of frustrating. So I've now listed an even amount of positive and negative points for dedicated servers, at 3 each. Personally, if it were up to me, I would like something similar to Left 4 Dead 2, where you have the option to find a dedicated server, use peer-to-peer, or just play offline. That way, people who want to take full advantage of the capabilities provided by dedicated servers have the ability to do so. And people like me, who often prefer to play offline, still have the option. Which do you prefer? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, don't forget to spread the happy and stay rusty.